All right, we'll get started here with the Ohio State Michigan State game from Saturday night. Now, because this game was on Peacock, we are not going to be able to do the full game. Um, the channel I use to do the full condensed games, Brody Knows Ball, for whatever reason was unable to post. I talked to him on Twitter, and he said that it was taken down when he tried to do the condensed full game last season, the last season's Peacock game for Ohio State. So um, Peacock is kind of preventing this whole thing from happening, but fortunately, it was the last Peacock game of the year for Ohio State, so it shouldn't be an issue going forward. The rest of them are going to be on regular network television. So we're gonna just proceed here with the full game highlights, and it's about a 14-minute video instead of 40. So um, we're just gonna have to make do with what we've got here. So fits kind of with a lot of what we've been seeing out of Ohio State lately. This first play here, a little swing pass, kind of a bubble screen sort of deal, but just pay attention to the wide receivers blocking over here. You got Jeremiah Smith, you got Emeka Buka down here. Both of them just kind of dominating on their blocks, and Emeka kind of takes two guys out of the play with that one and springs Carnell Tate for another 15 yards. So the wide receiver blocking for Ohio State has just been stellar this year. Um, Night and day difference from last year, and it's really a testament to Chip Kelly. So 2nd down and 6, and we're scheming guys open early here. It's Jeremiah Smith. Obviously, he would have a heck of a game. So he could have pitched that inside to, I want to say that was Innis, and dumps it out short to Judkins. So they're marching the ball right down the field there. They're already inside the 10-yard line. What they won't show you here was that there was a penalty on Ohio State that really set this drive back, forced a field goal. But I mean, they were on track to score here. It's Michigan State's first possession, so I know a lot of Ohio State fans are um, were kind of upset by the way the defense played early on, a lot of hand wringing. So we'll take a look and see what Michigan State was doing here in this first drive. See how effective they were against the Ohio State defense. Let's see kind of who was not playing well for Ohio State. Just going to kind of back it up here a little bit, and you can see. I mean, you got about a 10-yard cushion there off that receiver. Um, Safety's playing deep. Not a great cushion there, about 5 yards for that guy there. Now, this was not Michigan State's first drive, but good job by Sonny Styles being there, getting the sack. I know a lot of Ohio State fans were kind of um, unhappy with his play in this game, but he looked pretty good there. Way to recognize and fire on the ball. Okay, so 4th and 1. They were able to move the ball down into Ohio State territory. They got a 4th and 1. They're being aggressive here. They don't want to tie the game up with a field goal. But Ohio State will get the stop. Watch Cody Simon here just jumping right over the top. Great play by Simon there. That's just knowing what you're going to do immediately and right before the play and just firing. Great play there. Let's see if we can. Defensive line gets low here. Low man wins, and then linebacker flies over the top. Everybody else jumps on to prevent him from falling forward. Really good play. Good protection. And where's he going? Jeremiah, or is he going to Mecca downfield? Great throw on third down, 3rd and 4. It's a NFL throw and an NFL catch right there. Way to adjust for the ball there. Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful. Nice little play by G. Scott there. Comes back for the ball, makes a move, makes a man miss, makes another man miss there. So he picks up about 7. That was the first time he stepped out of bounds. Nice play by G. Scott. He had a good game. Ohio State's tight ends haven't really been involved, but up to this point in the season. But G. Scott had a nice game. 3rd and 5 down in the red zone. And there's Jeremiah Smith. They create a lot of confusion with these guys all in the same area there. Somehow Jeremiah Smith's able to get open. Now, I think his forward progress, yeah, it looks like his forward progress got him past the line there, but he did kind of step back a little bit. And we'll take a look at it from this angle here. Really solid protection there. Looks like Tegra did kind of let his man go by, but not in time. Okay, so we are now on 4th and goal. You can't see it because it's cut off. But 4th and goal here from the 3-yard line. There's G. Scott coming open. And that's a touchdown. Hit him. Got it. Good execution on 4th down. Kind of a do or die moment. This game I thought was, could have been a lot more lopsided on the scoreboard, but it also could have been a lot closer. They don't get anything there. That's still just 3-0. And Michigan State was in the red zone. They could have had 3. They would have, gone for the field goal. So Childs gets some good protection here and finds a man. You got somebody running free, but let's just go look at the coverage here because this was Sonny Styles in coverage here. Okay, kind of gets run by in coverage there. Safety's playing really deep, and then Jordan Hancock comes in, rips the ball out. Sonny Styles is trailing. He's there to recover it, so at least that was good. But look at where that fumble happened. I mean, that happened inside the 10-yard line. So it's another drive for Michigan State that was promising that resulted in nothing for them. So again, this game could have been a lot closer. They could very well have been tied up at 10 here early in the second quarter. Lathan gets stiff arm there. Hancock comes in, rips it out. I mean, just textbook. Great play there. Just gets it out. Time, I guess. Little quick pitch to Quinshawn Judkins there. Let's watch the blocking on the perimeter. Again, night and day difference. There's a Mecca. Great block. Lets him turn the edge here and get upfield for another 10, 15 yards. That's the difference between teams that block on the perimeter and teams that don't. Big plays. Not all just, at the line of scrimmage. Travion Henderson. This is blocked up really nicely. Finds a crease there. And then great block by that guy. Is that Jeremiah Smith? And then you just see once Travion gets around the corner here, that's when you see that burst. He's just got such an incredible burst of speed. It really flips on the Jets. Now, Michigan State did score off an interception. Now, Will Howard kind of had a bad decision, led to an interception. These are Ohio State highlights, so I guess they didn't show that. Ooh, nice little end around there. Who's picking the blocks here? Emeka. Watch Emeka. Really gives him a lane there. Wide receiver blocking, and then he's off to the races there. 17-7. It was a Jeremiah Smith show in the second quarter here. Beautiful. Incredible speed there by the 6'3" freshman. Way to trigger and just fire on the ball. Caleb Downs, heat-seeking missile. Jim Knowles said that Caleb Downs was activated in this game. I don't know if that means that just a way to describe his play, but or Kenyatta comes pretty close. Couldn't quite get off his block there, but Downs is there to make the play there. Ooh, great wins there by the defensive line. Ty Hamilton wins. Jack Sawyer wins. Slows him up. And then Caden McDonald there to clean it up. Oh, and then who forces that fumble? Was that Ransom? Aiden Childs was kind of up and down in this game, but Aiden Childs is you could see the talent with Aiden Childs, even though he kind of had a up and down game here, but he's going to be a problem. Oh wow. Everybody look at JTT here. Just blows through his guy. Gets there for the sack on I want to say it was 3rd and 5. Great play there. Pocket just collapses. Beautiful. Beautiful play there. Or maybe that wasn't 3rd down. This is 3rd and 11 though. JT, he's there. Forces the throw out early. And who's there to wrap him up? Caleb Downs. I mean, he's just in his own little world when he's playing, it seems like. You know, he makes a play and he's just talking. Look at that, he's already got quite a few Buckeye stickers here. Um Heck of a player. Great game by him today. Carnell Tate comes open over the middle there, takes a hit. Carnell Tate is really their guy for taking shots over the middle, and he just pops right back up. He's such an unsung hero. Um, does so much of the dirty work. He's an incredible blocker downfield. Catches passes over the middle, gets hit like that. Really, really great team guy. Okay, so they toss it downfield to Jeremiah Smith, and he's double covered, but he still skies for the ball, brings it in with one hand. Just an incredible play there. I mean, he's every game he's got amazing plays. Just skies over those two guys, just too big, and he's getting face masked all the way down. Brings it in with one hand. Wow. All right, so I believe this is where Will Howard was hurt, and Devin Brown is now in the game. Again, this is a 3rd and 10, so Michigan State was in this game. They were close to forcing a field goal here, and incredible blitz pickup by Travion Henderson. Doesn't quite take his guy out of the play, but he hits him, slows him up just enough. Give Devin Brown time to throw. And at first, I thought this pass was going, when I was watching this live, I thought this was going incomplete. I thought it was a little too far, but Jeremiah Smith just reaches up there with one hand, hauls it in. I mean, this dude is incredible. Him and Ryan Williams, which we'll take a look at later during the Bama game. But I mean, just unbelievable. They're gonna show this again. You see Trey's blitz pickup right there really makes it happen. I mean, what else can you say? One hand, doesn't even touch it with the other hand either. Just secures it with the one hand, goes right into the end zone. And I mean, that 24/7 at halftime, and that was really the difference between 20-7, Michigan State still in the game, but 24/7 at halftime just really deflating. Let's see. Is that Ty Hamilton winning on the inside, bringing his man down for a loss of about 3. They're having a really efficient day. Great protection. Is he going to step up in the pocket? He does. Wow. Great catch. Great adjustment there by Mecca. Mecca had a great game. He did have a couple drops, but I mean, overall on a game-to-game basis, he is Mr. Consistency. I mean, he's going to get you close to 100 yards and gets open, makes his quarterback right there. Just rock solid. Okay, so it's 4th and 5, and Ohio State's going for it. Good protection, and then again, a Mecca. Great, great accuracy there. Throw the ball with anticipation. Lets the receiver run after the catch. There were 2 throws that Will Howard had. One of them was picked off. The other one in the red zone should have been picked off. Two of his throws in this game were bad. They didn't show him in this highlight reel, but um, otherwise, looked really good. Had some big time throws. It wasn't just a bunch of easy stuff to a guy who's already schemed open. That's just perfectly thrown ball there. Great run after the catch by Mecca. Game's pretty much over at this point. Um, ooh, yeah, throwing against his body, going this way. I don't know who that was supposed to be to. I think probably him. Yeah, just can't really get a whole lot of accuracy when you're throwing it with that kind of momentum going the other way. But Denzel Burke takes it down inside the 15, and they're in business. And it's pretty much a wrap at this point here. JT puts a little pressure on him there, but skies the ball. Denzel is able to pick it off there. Okay, so 3rd down and 4 in the red zone. Freezes the end there. Quarterback keeper. Let's see. That cut up field there. Good to have a quarterback who can run. And that's ball game. Just reads the end and freezes him in place and takes it in. Okay, so we'll keep watching here, but see what the backups did here. Let's see. Mitchell Melton gets there for the sack on first down. Let's go and check it out here. Let's watch Melton here. Wow, way to fight. Just great hustle by Mitchell Melton there. He was probably the furthest defensive end from the play, and he makes a sack there. Okay, let's see what we got here. So Devin Brown's in the game. Starters are out at this point, but just kind of want to take a look and see what Devin Brown can do here. So good throw there. Brandon Innes getting involved. Ooh, Melton is almost there again for the sack on the backup quarterback, and then CJ Hicks is in there to clean it up. He's good. He's good rushing the passer. He's good, good instincts at getting to the quarterback. Julian Sane in the game. Just a little easy completion there. Bryson Rogers. Is that Caden McDonald there? Big K Mac. He needs more. He needs more meaningful snaps because he's an impact player. He makes plays every time he's on the field. He's a problem. Get him more reps. Free 98. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, let's see what we got here. Ooh, nice stick by Gabe Powers there, and forces 4th and 12. Gonna force a punt there. Almost there. Caden Curry, I think. Nice little run by that running back there, but time expires, game over. Okay. So that is going to be it for the Ohio State game. Just gonna want to go through some thoughts that I had, some notes that I took during the game. Um, yeah, those two bad throws by Will Howard. Could have had two interceptions in the game, and those are really more bad decisions than bad throws. Those are slightly concerning. It's going to obviously cost you a lot more in big time games. But again, Michigan State. We went over this in the picks and predictions video from before Saturday's games. Michigan State. I had Michigan State rated number 29 in the country in my power ratings. So Michigan State's a legit squad. They had a really good run defense. Again, Aiden Childs is a really talented quarterback, and he's super young, but he's going to be a problem eventually. Michigan State early on was moving the ball pretty well, kind of really getting that defense playing on its heels, and really, if it wasn't for those turnovers that Michigan State had, that could have been a much different game. Michigan State could have had 20, even as much as 24 points in that first half. And so, 38-7 score was a bit deceiving. Turnovers technically are stops, but they're also unreliable. You can't just bank on punching the ball out and getting the other team's offense on the field. So it didn't really feel, though, like Ohio State's secondary was like getting burned and put on skates, although, Igbinosun did not have the greatest game, but it really seemed like they were kind of leaving a cushion and playing really soft in the secondary, and for whatever reason, not enough press on the line. And Jim Knowles in his press conferences, we did say that they do need to press guys at the line more. Um, but I think Ohio State was really fortunate that Michigan State was only able to score 7 points. My prediction for this game was a 35-13 Ohio State win, which was pretty close. I did not recommend betting Ohio State to cover, which they did. I didn't recommend betting them to cover the 23 and a half. But again, I think it could have been a lot closer than than the 31 point margin. Um, Michigan State had 3 trips to the red zone and got 0 points out of them. Um, as far as Sonny Styles, I know a lot of Ohio State fans are kind of up in arms as to why he was left out there for as long as he was, and why was Jim Knowles letting him in the game? Why didn't Arvell Reese play more? Look, I think the main thing here is that this is just growing pains as Sonny transitions to linebacker. It's only his 4th game as a linebacker. I think they left him in to just let him figure it out himself, kind of sink or swim situation there. Let him kind of play his way through it. Um, there really was not a real risk of losing this game, so you leave the guy in there and let him make mistakes in a risk-free environment. So I don't really have a problem with that. I think Ohio State will not admit this, but they're definitely in experimentation mode, at least until the Oregon game. Well, definitely until the Oregon game. I really think the first 5 games of the season, even including Iowa next week, really going to be a lot of trial and error, a lot of experimentation, um, almost like preseason mode. But Sonny Styles is going to be a needed contributor on this defense later in the season. I think that, and this is just my opinion, speculation. I think that they're going to have him basically just shadow Colston Loveland in the Michigan game in on November 30th. Kind of the way that they put uh, Sonny on Darnell Washington against Georgia when Sonny was a true freshman, or technically early enrollee, so basically a high school senior. Because Sonny is 6'6", 6'5", 6'6", and he's athletic and rangy. So they just had him shadowing Darnell Washington when they played Georgia in the playoff a few years ago. And I think that should probably be the plan against Michigan, because we'll watch the Michigan game in another video, but Colston Loveland's basically their entire offense. Caleb Downs can do it too. Caleb Downs can cover tight ends. He he covered Brock Bowers quite a bit in the SEC championship game last year, but I really think in terms of uh, you know ideal candidate to cover a tight end, you're looking at Sonny Styles. So he needs reps. He needs to be uh, he needs to come along. Um, Another thing, kind of want to just call out the Jeremiah Smith stuff. I mean, he's we use the word generational a lot, and we kind of overuse it nowadays. But Jeremiah Smith is really a generational talent. Him and Ryan Williams both. But Jeremiah Smith is like the LeBron James of football. I mean, the fact that him and Ryan Williams are both as young as they are and could be the 2 best receivers in America. I mean, the fact that we're gonna get these 2 guys for the next 3 years, it's just it's special. It's special. Um, Caleb Downs, great game. Uh, Heat-seeking missile, dude, just constantly locked in his own little world there. Um, Definitely as advertised. Defensively, Ohio State in the second half was a lot better than they were in the first half. Didn't really get a whole lot of that here, but kind of a sloppy game overall for Ohio State, but still win 38-7, resting your starters by the fourth quarter. Not really a whole lot to be upset about. Um, Michigan State, again, I had them rated as the 29th best team in the country, 7th best team in the Big Ten. Really about even with where Oregon is, or was, before that game. So I think the Oregon Michigan State game in Eugene this Friday night is going to be interesting. I think Oregon should win, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's close. It's got a big spread, but I think Michigan State kind of very underrated team, but they very well could have been 4-0 coming into this game. Overall, though, I don't think Ohio State has hit its ceiling at all. I think there's still a lot of room for improvement for them, which, bad news for the rest of the Big Ten. Ohio State fans, aren't gonna like it. They want to, they get upset when anybody gains a single yard on their defense, and when their offense, even gets brought to a third down. But I mean, you're in Big Ten play now. Michigan State's a quality team. They have a really good coach. You're not going to 49 zip everybody in Big Ten play. It's just not how it works. I mean, these are legit teams. This is worthy competition. Um, so stop acting like you're above Big Ten teams. But overall, really impressive performance for Ohio State. Obviously, not perfect, but very rarely are you going to be perfect. So that's going to do it for the Ohio State wrap up. Again, could not get this game and the full condensed game tape there, but hopefully we will not have to deal with that going forward because no more Peacock games for Ohio State. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, consider subscribing, and we'll see you in the next one.